Okay, so I have me a very interesting set of amps here. These are from Audma. They're a company from Italy. And they have a really, really big amplifier here and then a smaller version of that here. And the sort of claim to fame here is that they have crossfeed in this, but it's done in a different way because typically I believe crossfeed uses phase shift. They do something slightly different. Honestly, my brain is too small to comprehend what they told me, so I'm just going to tell you the effect that I saw of it. And what I'm running out of these are the Subtonic Storm. What I like about this Audma is that the sound of this thing, and obviously, I'm not too big of a source person, but I just found that the sound of this through the storm made the storm, especially the top end, feel a little more smoother, a little more coherent. It just warms out the sound, gives it a little bit more body, a bit more feel to that overall tonality that just worked really, really well with the Subtonic Storm. And, I guess the idea is that it extends to all sorts of sources. Now, the other thing that's really cool about this is that it has these really nice VU meters over here. Unfortunately, you can't really see it through the video, but these VU meters are really cool. And then the crossfeed. So the crossfeeds are these two knobs over here. If you have it at off, you really hear the music as being like pretty, hard pan, right? It's very distinct. But once you have it sort of in the middle, this middle section here, it's very cool because I don't think it shifts the frequency that much, but it really sort of softens the center image a little bit. And you do get a really nice slight diffusion of it. And you can also change the angle of that crossfeed. So you can go all the way up to like 90 degrees in terms of like how the angle is, so like 45, 90. However, it's honestly pretty cool. I do think though that once you get past sort of the 3 o'clock mark here, you add a little bit too much. It definitely does start changing the frequency response. It does make the mid sound pretty weird. But yeah, if you sort of play around in the middle section, it does work pretty well, I think. Now, this is a very expensive amp. It's like, $10,000, $11,000. Personally, I think that if you're gonna get something like this, the crossfeed is sort of the cherry on top. I really think the amp itself as a whole kit, if you're really playing in a high-end space, is genuinely like pretty cool. Now, the other thing they have that's super cool is this digital little version of it. This is also pretty expensive, $5,000. But check this out. You can pop these in and you can pop them out. And what these are is they are the options for the crossfeed angle, the amount of phase that you get, and the amount of bass that you want to add on. So it's basically a bass booster. So it's just so much fun. It's just so cool. You pop your in-ears in and you pop these out and you can just play around with them just live and fiddle with it. Can you get something for significantly cheaper? Probably. But honestly, like if you want something fun, if you have a lot of money to spend, right? Like that's what these things are. They're toys, but they're fun toys. I think they're really cool and they add to the hobby for sure.